as you see Dillian Whyte moving in, trying to get the inside. Short, precise, right uppercut, right on the chin.
Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte for the WBC and Lineal Ring Magazine Heavyweight Championships of the World from the great Wembley Stadium in London. 94,000 fans. I thought they could fit at least 100,000 plus in there, but anyway. This fight was just another masterclass by the great Gypsy King. I mean, what else can I say? I mean, the man is just the best boxer. He's the best heavyweight in the world right now. It's not even up for debate. Dillian Whyte, he fought with mad heart and great effort, but he couldn't get inside Fury's reach to land his big shots. And when he managed to somehow get in range of his big shots, Fury's movement had Dillian Whyte swinging at air. Also, every time that Dillian Whyte would come forward, try to get inside, Fury would pop him with shots, left jabs, crosses, right hooks to the body. Those punches seemed very effective because as the fight was going on, even though it only lasted 6 rounds, like rounds 4 and 5, Dillian Whyte wasn't moving as you know, he didn't have as much hop to his step as he did at the beginning of the fight. But Dillian Whyte came into the fight with a reach disadvantage, a height disadvantage, and a foot and hand speed disadvantage. The combination of all those things basically meant that he didn't really have a chance in hell of beating Fury. And in the 6th round, as Dillian Whyte would come on in, try to get inside, land punches, Tyson Fury caught him coming in with a beautiful, short, quick, right uppercut that sent Dillian Whyte to the canvas. And in true display of heart, Dillian Whyte got back up, but he was way too wobbly on his feet, had no equilibrium. The referee stopped the fight, rightfully so. And Fury retains his championships as expected. Wasn't a lot of media hype over this fight. I mean, I can understand that. And Dillian Whyte really didn't do any press until the last week before the fight. So, but I digress. Tyson Fury, I mean, what more can I say? The man is just the best. And after the fight, he said that he was going to retire. I don't buy that shit, not one fucking bit. You know why I don't buy it? Because there's way too much money and glory to be had. Tyson Fury, he said that he's won all the belts before, all the belts, the WBO, WBA, and IBF, the titles that he had before he had to give them up because of his drug addiction and the suicidal thoughts and the depression and all that shit that he overcame. And now that he's got the WBC belt, he says that I've won all the belts, so, I'm going to retire and shit. I don't buy it. Because Fury has never held all of those belts at the same time. Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. There hasn't been one of those since Lennox Lewis. But when Lennox Lewis did it in the early 2000s, Lennox did it in a 3-belt era. There has never been an undisputed heavyweight champion in the 4-belt era. Tyson Fury is on the cusp of doing that. He could fight the winner of Usyk versus Joshua. And that unification bout will put all the belts on the line. We'll have an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Fury ain't walking away until he accomplishes that. And since Fury is the best heavyweight in the world, he'll be the odds-on favorite against either opponent. I mean, I think he knocks out Joshua probably in the 8th or 9th round, somewhere in the late middle, maybe late rounds. Because Joshua, even though he got a bodybuilder body, he got a glass jaw. And he's not much of a volume puncher. I mean, he'd throw 1-2s, 1-2-3s, 3-punch combination, maybe 4-punch combination occasionally. But and Joshua at times is awkward. His footwork is sometimes awkward. And Tyson Fury is like, he can do whatever he wants in the ring against Joshua. I think he knocks Joshua out. Now, Usyk, that's the matchup that I'm waiting for. And that's the matchup we're going to get, because Usyk is going to beat Joshua again. I mean, Usyk almost destroyed Joshua. But I digress. Fury versus Usyk, I say Fury wins by a split decision. Maybe unanimous, maybe majority, but it'll be damn close. It'll be a damn close decision, because Usyk, unlike Dillian Whyte, has the hand speed, the foot speed, and the head movement that will give Fury problems. I mean, Alexander Usyk, the current WBO, IBF, and WBA heavyweight champion of the world, he is what I call the heavyweight Lomachenko. If Lomachenko, I'm referring to Vasily Lomachenko, a former lightweight champion. They both come from the same camp. They're both Ukrainian. They both came up in the sport together. And Usyk's style, Usyk, a former Olympic gold medalist, Lomachenko, Olympian himself, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, actually. That style, that highly technical style, the footwork, that head movement, the hand speed. I mean, if you saw the Usyk versus Joshua fight, it gave Joshua problems. Joshua almost got knocked out. Now Usyk would have a significant size disadvantage. He's smaller than Dillian Whyte, but Usyk has the better footwork, better hand speed. He can get inside and get out. He's not gonna get caught. He can come from angles. He can basically do what Tyson Fury does. But either way, in either case, no matter which one Fury fights, undisputed title at stake, that fight they'll probably throw more money on the table than he's ever earned in any fight that he's ever had. So why would Fury retire now? Nah, he ain't going nowhere. Fury is not retiring. What Fury's going to do, he's going to take some time off, probably more time than usual. He's chilling at home in England with his family. He promised his wife that after the third Wilder fight, that he would retire. Yet here he is, fighting again. Dillian Whyte knocked him out again. So now he's saying retirement again. He'll be back. There's way too much money on the table for him. Way too much money, way too much glory to be had for him to walk away right now. Not yet. Not yet. And another fight that could be on the table is the Francis Ngannou fight. Francis Ngannou, the UFC heavyweight champion of the world, trying to crossing over in boxing for a big payday, a payday that he's been wanting, that the UFC hadn't been able to give him for whatever reason. And Fury and Ngannou were arm in arm during post-fight interviews in the ring, and they was, talking it up, talking about, we gonna fight this. So why that's a potential big payday. Why Fury walking away now? Fury ain't going nowhere. Way too much money to be had. I don't give a damn what his wife says. His wife can threaten to divorce his ass or whatever. His wife could try to persuade him all he want. But when that money come, when that fight offer hits the table, Fury versus Usyk, Fury versus Ngannou, for a lot of money, he'll be back. Fury ain't going nowhere yet. Money talks. Bullshit runs the marathon.